Hi, good evening, everyone. Um, I wanted to make this video about investing in yourself and what exactly it means to invest in yourself. You know, a lot of people in this new year, 2009, have shifted towards more of a sort of a resolution thing into a self-care mode, which is fantastic. It's absolutely important and vital for this year and the new energies and stuff, and to reclaim your power and to stand in all your you know your higher self and that energy. um, but what does that mean? What exactly does it mean, like, to actually to have self-care and to invest in yourself? What does that mean? Um, I spoke a lot previously about having boundaries and things like that, but more specifically, investing in yourself is going to be a it's going to be a permanent project. I guess you can say it's going to be an ongoing project. It's infinite. It's forever, and it doesn't stop. And you know that you kind of plateaued when it does stop. If you've reached like a lull, then you know that you've plateaued and that you've done something, or someone has distracted you, or something, someone or something, or situation has sidetracked you from that, from your self growth and your ability to invest in yourself. So, I didn't even make any points or anything. I usually do these videos on the fly, but so investing in yourself, what does that look like? Investing in yourself means always putting yourself first. You're going to always put yourself first. Um, it doesn't matter what's happening around you. Obviously, whether if you have children or there's going to be situations that are going to need your attention and your commitment, and that's absolutely okay. And obviously, you have things that are important that are going on in your life, things that sometimes are going to come up that are going to be pretty deep, profound, emotionally charged events, situations that are happening in your life that, that deserve your attention. And by all means, you're going to want to give those things attention, but you're going to have to choose which ones to give attention to, which ones are deserving of your attention, because some of those things will not deserve your attention. You're going to have to learn discernment with some of that stuff, because some of those things will just drain you and bring you down. And one of the ways you can see, okay, my cat fell off the couch. But anyway, one of the things that is a good marker, or something that's a good indicator of what's a good thing to invest in, and what's a good thing that is emotionally charged. I don't even know where I'm going with this train of thought, but anyway, one of the good indicators, good indicators that you can use for this um, is that thing making you plateau? Is it taking away your time to invest in yourself, your time to do self-care and things like that? If there's something that takes that away from you completely or mostly, then that's something that you should probably not, that you need to be able to pull back the reins a bit and pull back, because, I always say you have to be able to put your own mask first before you put on someone else's mask. So whatever is going on in your life, you have to be able to carve out some time for yourself and to still have your boundaries and learn how to say no. You are not an open bleeding wound for everybody. I know that there's going to be difficult situations, like I said, that are going to call upon your resources, and there's nothing you can do about that. But at some point, you have to pull back and make yourself a priority because you can give energy up until one point, and then after that point, you're depleted and you're still giving energy to that, and then you're not filling yourself up anymore. And then you're being siphoned at that point. So you have to be able to figure out when you reach that point and to stop it and to cut it off. And that's super, super important, because you have to always make your prime directive to invest in yourself. And if you are not setting up that boundary or knowing when the breaking point is or whatever, learning when to pull back, all those things are indicative of whether or not you have reached a level of being like strong enough to be able to stand in your own power and say, like, I'm important. I need to take care of myself. This is super important for me. You have to make yourself the most important person ever. And connecting, I've talked about it in the past, but connecting with your child self is super important for this. The reason I say that is because when you view yourself as a 5-year-old version of yourself, so for myself, if I see myself as a 5-year-old, if every time you look at yourself as your child version, then you have to think of it in that terms. Like, I have to take care of her. I am responsible for her. Nobody else here is responsible for her. I am responsible for her. So while you're tending to everything else, the more you tend to them, the less you're tending to her. And then you have this imbalance, and then that's when everything starts shifting. So you have to make her your priority. If you can't think of being selfish for yourself, then I don't know what my cat is doing in there. It's like knocking things over and this thing. I'm just gonna let it go. Anyway, so yeah, so you have to tend to her or him and make that your priority, and investing in yourself. So what does that mean? Taking care of your mental health, taking care of your emotional health, taking care of your physical health. That is also really important. And physical health means, I don't mean going on some binge diet or something. It's like I need to go on a keto diet and lose like 80 pounds or 20 pounds or 5 pounds, whatever. No, that's not what I mean by your physical self. Number one, you can do this with like more simple things like sleeping. Sleeping is really important. So making sure you're getting enough sleep or rest is important. Making sure you're hydrated, like you're just drinking enough water, enough fluids, eating vegetables and eating healthy foods to give yourself energy. You want good fuel for your body, things like that. Taking care of yourself physically, taking care of yourself mentally is making sure you have time, alone time, meditation, going for walks in the park to be grounded, all these different things you can do. Have a journal, writing, expression through art, through writing music, if that is your thing, or whatever your mode of expression is. But you have to find ways to invest in yourself, and taking care of your mental health, your emotional health, and your physical health are all important for that. Excuse me. Set goals for yourself. Have maybe a little whiteboard or something in your house, a notepad, a journal, whatever it is that you want. Set goals. Set short-term goals and long-term goals. Set something. Not necessarily, don't make something that's like ridiculous that might not ever happen, but just set goals for like things that you want to aspire towards, or things you want to build in your life, things you want to achieve, things you want to like move towards, like anything like that. Set goals. Those are healthy things to do in your life. And do things that you enjoy for yourself. You have to learn how to like stop saying yes to other people's things and do things that you want to do. And you don't have to like make other people do things with you. You go and do them yourself. Learn how to be alone. Learn how to go and do the things that you love by yourself. In fact, make it a point to do that regularly, to go and do the things that you love by yourself. If you have to find someone to drag with you because you really want to do something and you need to find someone to bring with you to go do that thing, it's not the same. I'm not saying you can enjoy company and stuff like that, but you have to be able to do things that you enjoy by yourself, because that's a really, really, really important part of the equation here. Because if you are only able to do those things with other people, then there's something missing there. That means that there's still a gap there. There's still a hole. There's still a wound. There's still like a low energy clinging to old paradigms, patterns, things like that. So you need to move away from that. So you have to get to a point where you want to go out and you really are looking forward to doing something that you super, super, super enjoy on your own. Like, I'm not talking about just going to get a coffee on your own. I'm talking about like some bigger things, maybe traveling, or if you have a bucket list of places you want to go see or things you want to do, or, that you would have not done before on your own. Go and do them on your own now and enjoy it. Have fun doing it. It's really important for you to get there, because then that's how you know like you're there and that you're comfortable standing in your power, and you're not it doesn't feel awkward to you, and it feels like a normal, comfortable place to be, that you are in union with yourself. Because obviously investing in yourself, you want that because you want to be in union with yourself, and have self-unconditional love. So anyways, so those are like a bunch of ways you can invest in yourself. And you can obviously, well, you don't have to track it. It's just kind of a thing, going with the flow, and you can kind of feel where you are when you look back at where you were before, obviously, so you kind of see where you stand now. And here's Massimo making an appearance. So, but anyways, so with the new year, and we have the new moon now, it's with all the energies that are happening and everyone wanting to focus on like self-care and stuff, I just wanted to make it a point to say that, now my cats are fighting. I don't know if you can hear Massimo hissing. He's the hisser. He hisses like all the time at everyone, at everything. Anyways, so yeah, I just wanted to say, with the new energies and everything, and with the focus of self-care, I wanted to make sure that it was, that people understood like what that meant and what it meant to invest in yourself and why it was important. Come here. Come here. Stop fighting. All right, buddy, stay with me for a bit. So, why it's important to invest in yourself and really put that energy into yourself. And anything, if you feel like you are clinging to something, whether it's like old relationships, friendships, old paradigms, old attachments, any kind of attachment you have to something in the past, if you feel that you're like clinging to it and you have like, you can't stop thinking about it or whatever, just let it go. And I don't mean let it go in the sense of like, like I'm just gonna like get this out of my head and not think about it. It's okay if things cross your mind. That's okay. We're all connected with everyone anyway. But I mean, just like don't dwell on it. Don't dwell on it, and just send love. Hi, buddy. Send love to those people or situations, and just focus on yourself and what you can do to change your path. I guess you can say. What are the things that you can add to your path? Same with like when you're switching. The way I say it is like when you're switching like your eating habits, for instance. I like my analogies. People know me, know that I love my analogies. So when you're switching like eating habits, everyone always concentrates on like what things they have to cut out from their diet. Like, I can't eat this anymore, I can't eat that, and I can't eat that, and I can't eat that. Oh my God. And so you keep thinking about the things that you're restricted from doing, and it almost sets you up for failure, because all you can think about are the things that you can't do. So that's why they always tell you not to think about that and to think about the things that you can do. So think about like what you can add to your diet. I'm going to add fresh fruit to my diet. I'm going to add like fresh vegetables. I'm going to add more nuts into my diet. I'm going to make sure that I eat like a handful of nuts every day. So think about the things you can do. And so in the same way, you're going to do that with like the things in your life. You're going to not think about the things that you shouldn't do. Oh, I shouldn't like think about him all the time. I should stop like wanting to like think about ways to like bump into him or things like that. You don't want to like, don't think in that like respect. Think about like other things like, what can I do in my life that's going to be different? What new hobby can I do? Or what plans do I want to make? Or where do I want to live next? Or what place am I going to go visit? Or what can I do to bring more enjoyment and light into my life? So think about ways that you can add to your life. Don't think about things that are restrictive. Think about what you can bring into your life. So those are all things that are ways to invest in yourself, and that in this new year, it's very, very important that you make yourself the priority and the number one thing that you are investing in. So if you have any feedback on things that you do to invest in yourself and to make yourself a priority, to stand in your power, and to really, really like plant the seeds, plant the seeds to manifest everything that you want into your life, and to really, really understand what it means to really, really hold that power within, and to feel that connection with your own self. So if you understand that, or if you're moving towards that, and there's anything that you would like to add to this discussion, by all means, please do so in the comments. I would love to hear it. I'm always up to speaking about having conversations around this. I think it's important, and I love that there's more conversations of this nature going on right now. So anyways, I hope you have a wonderful night and continue doing awesome things, and you can continue working on shadow, like in my previous videos, on your shadow work while this is all going on, because that's important to embrace the dark with the light, because they are both a part of each other. But anyways, keep doing that and have an awesome night. And like I said, if you have any other questions or topics, don't hesitate to message me. And I am now taking appointments for Reiki sessions or energy healing sessions. So if you live in the Toronto area and you want a Reiki energy healing session, don't hesitate to send me a message, and I will get back to you at my earliest convenience. Anyways, have a beautiful night, and I'll talk to you soon.